Hi, it's Jan Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. And today what I want to talk to you about is when you are interjecting and using stories in your interactions with people. Always I'm focusing on this, as you know, for you in the arena of your business, no matter what your business is. And in telling a story, always make sure that your story has a start, a middle, an end, and then an application. By that, I mean that when you start your story, you say, here's a story I want to tell you. Or even if you're writing, you're going into it, you're saying, here's a story that I want to tell you. Then you tell the story, you end the story, and then you share how that applies. Because you're making a point when you're telling a story so that the person remembers what you're really trying to convey, and they'll remember it better because you are applying the story to the situation. So the next time they have a situation that they're coming into connection with, they'll remember your story and apply that to how they handle their situation. And they'll remember that story a lot better than if you just gave them direction on how to handle the situation. So I want to give you an example. Here's a story I want to tell you. And that is, and I refer a lot of times to my time at IBM and working my way through all the corporate politics till then, ending up being the chief financial officer of a major segment of IBM. So as an executive in this position that I had a parking space, and I had this great office that looked out kind of in the parking area, and this parking area was reserved for executives. And the building was kind of L-shaped around it. And my office had big, huge windows in it and everything, but then the remainder was corridors, and the windows went floor to ceiling. So when you walked out, you could see this parking area, and it was treed and really pretty, but cars were parked out there, and I had a parking space out there. And so one day I came in the morning, and I parked my car, and I got out of the car, and then I went to walk around behind the car because for some reason my briefcase was in the back seat on the passenger side. So I was walking behind my car to get my briefcase out. And as I was walking around behind my car, I felt something tangle up around my feet, and I thought, my gosh, what is this? That it was tripping me. And I looked down and it was my skirt. The button had popped off of my skirt, the type of skirt that it just dropped to the ground. And I was tangled up in it. Now the skirt had a lining, so I didn't have an underslip or anything. I was just bare-legged, high heels, out there behind my car. And totally humiliated, grabbed it, pulled it up, got my briefcase, went into the building. And the point is that when I came into the building, I don't know that anybody had seen it, but I was the first one to tell everybody, oh my gosh, did you see me out there? Did you see what happened? I can't believe it. And I shared this story with them of what happened. This gave them a laugh and a chuckle, and I'm sure they went home and told their story. But the reason for me telling it to them was because unconsciously yet consciously, I know that it makes me more approachable. It made my interactions with people in that job be more true because they could be themselves around me because I was myself around them. And I talk about this a lot. And so therefore we got more accomplished as a team. I wasn't up here in my mind on some pedestal. That doesn't mean that I wasn't getting the job done and expecting certain things out of the people that worked for me and for the people that I supported in that position, but that, I was an approachable person. And so telling that story to them created that in many occasions as my persona to them. But telling it to you now and using that as an example, hopefully will help you realize that no matter what you accomplish in your entrepreneurship, in your network marketing business, anything that you do, the degree to which you have success, you want to be able to always keep yourself approachable so that people know they can interact with you. They'll trust you more, they will be more honest themselves, and you'll get a lot more accomplished. And so hopefully by telling you that story, You'll remember it rather than me just saying, make sure you're always approachable if you get to a certain level. So if this helped you, and I hope it did, please comment and share. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. Jan at thejanjohnson.com. Have a great day.